Hello, I am Dr. Alaka Sarma, a professor of economics, former MLA, and the founder director of Akshar Foundation. At Akshar, we have created a new low cost education model that has caught the attention of the world and has the potential to transform the education system of India to create a generation of over 1 billion well educated Indians. In a short time of few decades, India could become the foremost economy and democracy in the whole world. As Aristotle famously said more than 2000 years ago, all those who have meditated on the art of governing mankind have been convinced that the future of empires depends on the education of youth. Though India is not an empire, it is a republic, but the dictum holds good. The key to India becoming the leader of the free world is a new kind of school. A new kind of school where social problems and community development become part of curriculum and daily school work. At Akshar Foundation, we have created such a school in Guwahati, in Assam, called Akshar Forum. At Akshar Forum, students, of course, learn the traditional school subjects, languages, mathematics, sciences, but they also work in this school. Primarily, they work as teachers for the younger students of the school. They work building furniture for the school, growing food for the school, planting trees and beautifying the landscape of the school, caring for the stray animals around the school, cleaning and maintaining the solar power plant of the school, printing worksheets for school, among other jobs. They quit their manual labor jobs and every day they come to school. At Akshar Forum, students don't pay school fees with money. Instead, they pay with used plastic. The students' parents are required to send in all of the household plastic for recycling. If they don't send the plastic, they can of course choose to pay some fees in cash. But so far, no one has chosen that option. Because of this single aspect of our school, small though it was, news of our school went viral around the world. Now, each student brings in about 25 pieces of plastic every week, and the school collects about 10,000 units each month. More importantly, we have instilled a new habit in these families who used to toss or burn plastic to segregate cleaned plastic instead. This was a fundamental change in their behavior, something which can be quite difficult for NGOs or even for the governments to achieve. This picture was on Forbes, Time, BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, and in local news outlets of almost every country. We were shocked. How could news of a small school in a village in northeast India make the entire globe take notice? How the World Economic Forum was sharing their article about Akshar every 2 weeks for the better part of a year. But now I know why this story spread around the world. This picture represents a paradigm shift, a fundamental change in the way we see children. Instead of passive victims, waiting for politicians, policymakers of powers that be, children can be trained to tackle the problems of the world head on. It gives us some hope that the next generation can overcome the nightmare scenarios that they have coming, from diseases to climate change disasters. People share the story because they want to see more schools taking these steps. They want to see schools evolve into something new. If all the children of the future start doing things like this in school, they can make a huge difference and get a great education in the process. That is our dream. That is our goal in building our model school. We think that all those children in poverty around the world can be the ones to save the world if schools evolve and adopt a simple new policy. Schools need to employ child laborers. Too many children today drop out of school to perform casual or manual labor. They need jobs. They need income. They need money to eat and clothe themselves. So let us employ them as private teachers for younger children. Employ them to grade tests and quizzes. Employ them to print worksheets and take attendance. We can use cheap child labor to make quality education affordable in the government schools. Allied private schools can afford to hire one skilled teacher for every 15 students to ensure that each child gets individual attention. We can train and employ children to do the same at a fraction of a cost. This is the key to scalability and educating 1 billion Indians. This is the key to reaching every child in India and transforming them into champions for their communities. With over a billion well-educated citizens, India will quickly become the predominant world leader in economy, democracy, technology, and sustainability. We like to say, a teenager with a tablet is a powerful teacher. When we first started the school, most of the older students had dropped out of the primary school many years earlier to start earning. Young boys worked in the local store quarry, breaking rocks all day in the sun, or in the factory, or cutting down trees.
মই আকছাৰ নপঢ়াৰ আগতে ডাঙৰ স্কুলত পঢ়িছিলোঁ তাৰ পাছত পঢ়ি কিনে ক্লাছ 4 লাগি পঢ়ি কিনে মই এৰিছোঁ তাৰ পাছত মই ঘৰত কষ্ট হৈছিল মই বালি কাম কৰিছিলোঁ মই কাম কৰিছিলোঁ কৰি শিল বালি কষ্টৰ কাৰণে ঘৰৰ কষ্টৰ কাৰণে মই কামো কৰিছিলোঁ শিল বালি
Girls were kept at home to do household work or sometimes sent off to serve other families. Kids who were lucky enough to have parents, the families expect them to be housekeepers or breadwinners by the time they become teenagers. So we told the parents, send your daughters and sons to school instead of manual labor, and they will earn money at school. And they started coming. We got dropouts back into the school, attending on time every single day, and convinced them to abandon dangerous manual labor. Here is a video of 2 of those former laborers teaching. They also teach kids one-on-one. In this new education model, which we call meta-teaching, adults teach older children how to teach and transform them into their teaching assistants. This way, every young student has daily private lessons from an older, caring and paid student under the direct supervision of adult teachers. That one-on-one attention is the key to their growth. The hope is to replace the role that an educated parent would serve at home in middle or upper class family. The lucky ones have supportive, educated families at home, giving daily encouragement, helping them with homework at night, sending them to private coaching, and threatening grave consequences for failure. I am sure that is why many of you are here today. That was the key to your success. All of you college students who are watching now. But most children don't have that. And many children have parents threatening them if they stay at school. With this new model, we can make sure children stay at school and make sure every child has someone paying personal attention to their learning every single day. They earn extra money by teaching for 1 or 2 hours during the school day. Then on top of that, they earn extra pocket money after school by tutoring younger siblings at home, taking attendance, grading tests and homework, printing worksheets for the classes, teaching art, stitching and embroidery, recycling waste plastic into bricks, construction using the plastic bricks and cement, healing stray puppies in the school shelter and preparing them for adoption, landscaping and farming, and building furniture. In fact, when a generous donor wanted to buy furniture for the school, we told her to hire our students instead. This way, the students earned some money, gained skills, and provided valuable service to their school. Every day, they see younger children learning on the furniture that they helped to build. They have also started training in welding, electronics, and in maintaining the school's solar power plant. They have had some first aid training by treating the maladies of stray puppies, and now we are fundraising for a small school health clinic where these two and the classmates will learn to measure blood pressure, administer CPR, clean and dress the wounds, and give basic first aid to the parents and the neighbors in the community. Some of them will become doctors, but probably most of them will be groomed as nurses, as technicians, as hospital orderlies, ambulance technicians. And aren't these also important to society? All these positions should be held by well-educated Indians. The school is almost 5 years old now. And in a few more years, it will be a center for rapid community development with skilled and educated students that are ready for any climate disaster they may face. We promise every student that by the time they are 18, they will either be in college or apprenticed with few years of training in a technical trade already under the belts. They will also have a technological and financial literacy they need to start their own small business enterprises. In the US, they talk about a school to prison pipeline in some of their failing urban schools, which produce dropouts who end up in prison. We are trying to build a school to career pipeline for every single child in India so all of them can master a craft and live with dignity. Even though these boys started learning the alphabet just 5 years ago, they are on track to finish secondary school in just 1 more year. They study hard to increase their earnings. There is no other way to motivate teens whose parents are constantly pushing to drop out of school and get a job. So they are earning money in the school now instead. They get paid in a currency that can be only used at the school shop for food and for buying clothes, shoes and sandals on Amazon. They submit employee evaluations and reports. They file their weekly timesheets that lists their work duties and the hours they have worked. They deposit pay slips into their school bank account. They fill out withdrawal slips. They keep track of their account by keeping their own ledger and learn how to save their earnings. Perhaps most importantly, they learn explicitly that the more they study, the more they learn, the higher their earnings will be. They master a level of mathematics on Friday, and by Monday, their daily teaching wage has increased. They learn more to earn more. While other schools are preparing kids for a successful life at college, we are trying to prepare them for a successful life in the capitalist system, a successful life in the real world. The last video I will show you is of Kumari sisters. Each sibling is coached by the elders every day at home.
Somebody who fixed it.
যোনে টিপ নহয় ফিক্স কৰে ভাল কৰে সি কি কৰে
Dentist.
পঢ়াইটো
S feather.
মানে ফেডাৰটো কেনেকুৱা হয়
Like
লাইক
patla. Ito karo.
এইটো নম্বৰ 1 টো ফাৰ্ষ্টটো কি হয় এইটো
Grandfather.
গ্ৰেণ্ডফাদাৰ লিখা গ্ৰেণ্ডফাদাৰ মানে
Grandfather mane
আটা গুড তাৰপিছত পঢ়া তুমি
flying like
নহয় এইটো কি হয়
mother.
মাদাৰ মানে কি হয়
Ma.
মা লিখা S and ox টো কেনেকুৱা হয়
Strong. Your hand has 5.
তোমাৰ হাতত 5টা কি আছে
Fingers.
F
I.
N
Now, the youngest sister, the child of a snack cart vendor, can read better than private school kids her age. This accumulation of teachers, of skilled instructors, of coaches, with an exponential growth model, this is how we can achieve the goal of 1 billion educated in India. If school systems evolve, then maybe the next generation can heal the environment and break the cycle of poverty. And finally, achieve universal education. If schools evolve, we can ensure that this generation is equipped with the skills they need to overcome the coming crisis. We can teach them how to save the world. Please join us. Thank you very much.